Well, after the Test series against Sri Lanka, Australia is set to play India and no doubt deliver another thriller. But in the Barossa Valley today, some of cricket's legends came together to remember one of the greatest matches ever played between Australia and India. Mike Sexton reports from Tanunda.
It was a perfect day for cricket in the Barossa Valley today. Mid-20s, light breeze and the prettiest cricket ground north of Adelaide at Chateau Tanunda.
If you build it, they will come, and that's what you see over here, this great ground. And the big greats of the game have come here.
Coming today were 24 cricketers from across the world, all to help the David Hooks Foundation for organ donation.
That just shows the strength of the sport and what happens internationally, the spirit that's held by all those people.
Today's event honoured the tied test fought out between Australia and India 21 years ago in Madras. Conditions then were brutal, 40 degrees and stifling humidity.
I went off because I just couldn't think straight, nothing was registering with me, and I got in the dressing rooms and I asked Dave Gilbert, who'd done a fantastic job as 12th man for the whole 5 days, whether AB wanted me out there. We still had a few overs to bowl, and Dave went out and asked AB, and he gave me the biggest abuse of all time to Dave and called me a week this and week that, and Dave come back and said, yes, Alan would like you out there as soon as you could, thank you.
It wasn't just the heat and humidity, it was the stench, the noise, the radiation of the cement stadium that created an even heavier atmosphere. The air was heavy and the stench, like I said, was really bugging me. And this bloke just walked out in the field and I thought, God, I've got to do something here. And I asked Dave Gilbert, for a jumper. He said, what, are you crazy? And I turned to the Indians and said, that's how easy it is out here.
Greg Matthews bowled the final over and trapped Miranda Singh LBW with 1 ball to spare to tie the match.
The match has ended in a tie. It's an unbelievable result.
It kept low and I was confident he was plumb in front of the wicket, and I gave the decision.
And in the end, when he was given out, LBW, he kept on showing the bat to the umpire. He nicked it. But the umpire's finger had gone up, very up, and they were not going to come down.
Umpires V. Vikram Raju and DN Dottiwala are now in their mid-70s, and this is their first visit to Australia. For Vikram Raju, the decision he gave 21 years ago cost him his career.
The most courageous umpire on the face of the earth to give that decision, and to have him out here for him to enjoy the moment, because he was ostracised after that. He never did another test match. And they're still hanging around together. It's interesting just seeing the camaraderie of those two. And it's such a joy to see that they brought 2 men together that were part of something very special.
For the Australians, the match helped forge a new era.
And the good thing about that whole tour was after that, Australia tended to play very well in the subcontinent. We won the World Cup the next year, which was a fantastic achievement from the nucleus of that side that played in Madras for that test.
Playing for the visitors today was Asanka Gurusinghe, whose view of life changed this year when he had a cornea implant from a donor.
He had it in June of this year, and the results have been wonderful for him. And without telling tales out of school, he said how scared he was about the whole thing, and anything to do with your eyes, I think, is frightening. But he's just thrilled at the results and the ongoing sight that he's got from that transplant.
Robyn Hooks says the operation reinforces the need for organ and tissue donation and reminds her that from her husband's death came better lives.
It's an emotional place to go to actually see the results, but it's also inspiring and overwhelming to know the ages and the sexes of the people where his organs went. And this year I reflected because we tried to focus more on tissue donation, and his corneas one went to a young girl who'd been blind from sight and a teenage boy, without identifying any of them because I don't know who they are, but that in itself was inspiring.
21 years on, Greg Matthews still remembers his heroic last over like it was yesterday. Today he also remembered his old teammate David Hooks.
When you see doing just hands-on doing good things for mates and helping people out that are less fortunate and saving lives, it's just an absolute honour to help a brother out and help create his legacy and help make this joint a better place,